All right, our next presenter is Antonio Rosell. He's the director of the Community Design Group, and in 2004 he helped launch and manage a family-owned and operated business, restaurant that is located on Bloomington and Lake Street in South Minneapolis. So please welcome Antonio Rosell.
Hello, thank you for inviting me to talk here with you tonight. My name is Antonio Rosell. I am an urban planner and a civil engineer. I run a small design firm called Community Design Group. We work with communities of all sizes to develop sustainable approaches to mobility and place. We describe our approach as people-centered and asset-based. What we work on are basically issues of we develop bicycle and pedestrian plans, land use plans, small area plans, and so on. One of the things that was very exciting to me about being invited to meet with you, to speak to you tonight, was the way that Colin and Troy presented this opportunity. And they say, what we would like to hear from you is what makes you excited about your work, what gives you hope in your work. And so we put together a brief slideshow to kind of talk about those things, and to share them with you. And I think there is some music that also, oh, there it is. This way I don't have to talk through the whole thing. The music will save me. Being an urbanist, it should be no surprise that I want to talk to you about cities and the city and our built environment and what it means and the role that it serves in our lives. Cities are the places that we inhabit, where we learn from each other, where we exchange culture, where we grow, where we develop, where we connect. And I think many times we don't really pay the attention we need to the built environment. We take it for granted, and we don't realize that the choices, and they are choices, the choices that we have made about how we build, the things that we build, where they are located, the way that they are connected and interconnected, they end up shaping the life and the lives that we live. They are the framework upon which we build our lives, and we go on our lives day by day. What we hope to do in our work, the purpose for our work, is to try to get us all, as a society even, in the people that we touch through our work, to rethink about the kind of framework that we live in and what kind of changes we would like to make in it so that it could work better for all of us. You know, scholars disagree about how it is that cities came up. You know, some say that we the humans developed cities to seek safety. Others say that they started as administrative centers for the surplus that agriculture made possible. But how they started is not the important thing so much as the fact that cities are kind of a human invention that served, I think, the main purpose of maximizing the possibility of exchange while minimizing travel. By maximizing possibility of exchange, I mean to say it increases our chances to connect with each other, it increases our chances to trade, to learn, to pass on knowledge, to gain culture, to develop friendships, to find love, to learn from each other and move forward, and also to become better people even. Because as we learn to recognize in our fellow citizen another human, another person that might have the similar questions and the similar conditions that you are experiencing, without necessarily being your body, without necessarily being somebody that you even talk to, we begin to build bridges across each of us and all of us, sharing that common humanity that I think is really the hope for us as a society in the future. One of the things that is important to realize too when we talk about cities, you know, we've had cities for about 5,000 years. 5,000 years is a long time. And for the great majority of that time, the city has been a pedestrian city or a human-powered city. They were places where everything was accessible by foot or by being pulled by the power of animals. Within the last 100 years, and actually even less than that, after the introduction of the automobile, and especially in this country, we have decided that rather than our cities being places to maximize exchange while minimizing travel, we have done the opposite. We have flipped it so that we are actually maximizing travel while minimizing the possibility of exchange. We have created landscapes that are hostile to our citizens. And not everyone can drive. What do the seniors do? What do the young people do? What do those of us that can't afford a car do? What kind of city do we build where it becomes so difficult to do the things that as people we need to do in our daily lives? And so one of the things that we do in our work is to try to share examples about what could be and how we could do things better. Because this is the question for our century now. This is the question that we have to grapple with and deal with and find solutions to. Because as we are now entering the arc of resource depletion, and we are finding that the present way of doing things is not sustainable and cannot help us survive as a species, we have to reconsider and we have to rethink. And we have to work together to find better options for doing things. And here in the Twin Cities, we are blessed with some important assets, but there is a lot of work to be done. And so one of the purposes for me coming tonight here is to invite you. We're launching, our group is launching this initiative where we are hoping that you will join us to work about this, on this conversation. Twin Cities Streets for People. That's the URL, tcstreetsforpeople.org. We have some flyers up front. Please think about being a contributing member just with your energy, with your knowledge. Join us in this work because we have to remake the way that we get around and the way that we connect with each other so that we may be able to reach the potential for a society that we want to be. So thank you very much.